showtime!
This time, 5 stars are going to get a little bit of special treatment. I would say just like the rest of the game, but let's be honest, we all know 4 stars are pretty damn broken sometimes. I didn't include charge attacks for 4 stars because so many of them are just very similar, which just wouldn't have been interesting to rate, not for me or for you. That will not be the case with the 5 stars due to the fact that a lot of them have unique charge attack animations. This also means I won't be doing a normal tier list, instead I'm going to rank them numerically, give them a value for charge attack and normal attack, and then just add it together, and that's their score. I can't just rate a character high because their charge attack is good, but the normal attacks suck, or vice versa. I think the best part about Albedo's attacks are pretty much his body movements during the whole string. The special attack he gets during the 4th attack is pretty cool and not something we see often for attack strings. And sadly, it's not something we see anyway because no one attacks with Albedo, which is a shame because these are really cool looking attacks. Even his charge attack is a really cool motion and it's got a nice flow to it. It cancels into itself. Just all around nice looking attacks. Aloy certainly does not have a lot going for her in this department, but she does got a cool little hop into a little backwards roll in her attack string, and that's pretty nice. I give her points for that, but nothing for her charge attack because it's just your standard run-of-the-mill bow charge attack. Who cares? So Ayaka's attacks are the reason I love playing her so much. Now her 1st, 2nd, and 3rd hits, they may be nothing special, but her 4th and 5th, they look amazing. I mean, who doesn't love a good multi-hit? And that finale, so satisfying to watch. And her charge attack is no different. I know I talked about wanting to speed it up, but that doesn't mean I'm not happy with the way it is. I think it's beautiful, and I think it flows really, really well just how it is. And clearly this level of style, it's just in the genes because Ayato is no different. And fun fact, Ayaka's charge attack is actually very similar to Ayato's 4th attack, and Ayaka's finisher is basically the exact same as Ayato's charge attack. Pretty cool little detail, you know, given their siblings. But anyway, Ayato's attacks are amazing looking. I love the way he wields a sword throughout the combo, he swings it around and stuff. I even love that he jabs him with the hilt in part of the combo. And much like with Ayaka's finisher, his charge attack, I love watching the spiral effect. I don't know why. I just find it actually just mesmerizing to watch that go around his character. It's a shame we don't get an actual Hydro version of it when he's in his skill, but you know, whatever. Water blades are cool too. As much as I love my man Tartaggles, I don't think I can justify giving him much points for this, because, I mean, it's cool. I always found the attack that basically looks like he's throwing an arrow to be, like, basically bordering cool and just plain weird. And unfortunately for him, his charge attack is nothing special. I know his charge attack can apply Riptide, but I am counting that as his skill, because it's like a fundamental part of his skill. And, well, it's my list, and that's what I'm going with. The only part I personally like of Diluc's entire string is like the uppercut slash on like the 2nd hit. Obviously things are a lot cooler when the sword is on fire and you are weaving in skills, but when you were just looking at it like this, it's just not doing anything special, especially for a 5-star character. As for the charge attack, you got the generic Claymore special, so no points for that. And here we have our next victim of generic Claymore charge attacks, but you know what? She makes up for it with damn good looking normal attacks. I mean, not only do the attack motions just look good on their own, but she also just does motions with them to, you know, show off how damn elegant she is. Oh, and that hair flip? Oh yeah, girl's got some sass. She's gonna be held back by her stupid generic charge attack, but you know, what can you do? You know, I guess she's got the nice little pose at the end. I will give her 1 point for that. Just 1. Considering there's always a ton, and I mean a ton, of Ganyu hate in every comment section for these things, a lot of you are probably going to be happy to hear that I don't like this attack string. Now, I know people always like to say, like, oh, you liked this one, but why didn't you like this one? Because they both have, like, movement, blah, 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 blah. I don't care. You like what you like. And in this case, I don't like this. But you know what? Ganyu at least doesn't have a basic charge attack. But also, when you look at it, you know, like the bloom is amazing, does fantastic damage, but does it look cool? I mean, it's okay. Nothing amazing. I mean, I'd give it like a 3 out of 5. Definitely a lot better with mass murder tied to it. Just like how I felt with Fischl's, I think the strength of Hu Tao's attacks are actually just how much they show her personality. Even if you knew nothing about Hu Tao, I think you get a pretty good idea of just how playful she is just by watching what she does after every attack. Now how much you actually like that, I guess, comes down to how much you like her personality, and I like Hu Tao's quite a lot. As for her charge attack, unfortunately she got another generic one, but just like Eula, she does something a little special at the end. The only weak part of Ito's entire chain is the first attack, which is pretty damn common among basically everyone. Ito does not need that first attack to be cool though, because everything else is so awesome. I love this chain to death. It's so cool. He even just says to hell with the sword and just kicks for one of the attacks. My love for Ito is boundless. That is well known by now, and I love every aspect of this attack chain. Even the charge attack is cool, but unfortunately, gotta have to go to an enemy to show the real charge attack. I think all versions of his charge attack are cool, but I'm gonna be honest, like, it's unique, and that makes it more appealing. But I also do love just how fast it is and the particle effects that trail behind the sword as he swings it. Then of course you can't forget the awesome finisher with him running his fingers through his hair. His long, beautiful, lush anyway, some people may disagree with me, but Jean's attacks are nothing special. I mean, they're pretty damn basic. I think the most special part about her combo is just how angry she looks at the end of it. That's okay, because you can't win them all, and what Jean lacks in a basic attack she makes up with a pretty damn cool charge attack. Even if you don't factor in the fact that it makes the enemies float in the air helplessly, it's just a cool charge attack. I mean, I love the dandelions, they thematically make sense for her. She is the dandelion knight, and I mean, it's just this really awesome upward thrust. I was quite enamored with it when I started the game because, well, she was my first 5-star, and you know what? That feeling has not changed. I still love it. Every time I see Kazuha's attack chain, it's like an emotional dagger to my heart. I like the idea of C6 main DPS Kazuha even without just how cool his attack chain is. But the fact that it's so cool just makes it hurt all the more, because I'm not going to have that for a long time. His charge attack's actually pretty cool for a generic-ish sword attack too. Like, I don't know why, I like this one. One part of Kaching's attack chain in particular carries it above all else, and it's the flip through the air. God, it's so fucking cool. I look forward to a day where hopefully Kaching can be a bit more meta again because, well, these attacks and her charge attack they're awesome. And the charge attack itself isn't anything particularly special, but it's just how well it cancels in and how good it feels to use. However, this is all about animation, and I will admit it is nothing overly special. I would rate it about the same as Kazuha's. Klee's attacks, they definitely get some points for originality. You know, back when I started the game, I didn't know that they were so special. I didn't know that she was unique for Catalyst. I know every Catalyst has a little something special. You know, Kokomi has fish. That's not quite the same as lobbed bombs though. I also just really enjoy the attack cancel of the N1. Like, I think it looks really satisfying, just rapid throw these bombs. What's even better is her charge attack, fucking laser that just explodes. I love it. I just know many will disagree with me on her normal attacks, but I just think she's perfect overall. She has water. Seriously though, it's become a little bit of a meme just how much I like water effects, and Kokomi's no different. It goes beyond the water though. Like, how can you not love that she's firing little fish? That's just cute as shit. And even just ignoring the particle effects for a moment, like, the motions for all of her attacks are also amazing looking, and she's floating for most of it. Water goes splish splash. One thing I'm actually a sucker for just as much, if not more than water, is like galaxy effects. If there was ever a night sky that looked like this, that was simultaneously a downpour of rain, I would probably drown because I would just be looking up with my mouth wide open like an idiot. Mona's attacks certainly have a lot going on in terms of particle effects. You know, you got water effects, galaxy effects, and you got symbols and stuff showing up, and it's all just very nice looking. Really just twists the knife that she's not a better attacker even with her C2 and C6. She's got these beautiful attacks, beautiful charge attack, and, well, just doesn't do a lot of damage, even with the help of Hydro being nuts and the help of Vaporize. It's totally fine if that's what you want to do. As I always say, you do you, boo-boo. This will be the first one of these where I'm just not really kind to Chi-Chi. Sure, I can appreciate the fact that she's a little tiny undead zombie girl swinging a little sword at you. That doesn't make the animation any better for me personally. I could see why someone would enjoy this more, but to me it is a very basic one. I do, however, enjoy the fact that she spins around for her charge attack. That one I appreciate a bit more. Just another polearm user with amazing and normal attacks that make no damn sense to use. And unlike copium shit like Crescent Pike's Zhong Li, you can't really justify using Raidens, which is sad because they look amazing, especially the two finishing attacks. Maybe one day when we get an Electro Chungyun or an Electro C6 Bennett, there will be hope for this, but right now, not much to do with it. And while, like I said with Ayato's charge attack earlier, I'm just mesmerized by her charge attack. I'm just sitting in town a lot, and I just start spamming her charge attack, just watching the pretty trail of the polearm. It's a gorgeous effect, and it's a tragedy that it doesn't make any sense to ever use. I remember the first time I saw Shenhe's attack chain, and when I saw that third hit, I was just like, ugh. It wasn't like disgust or anything, it was just kind of weirded out by the fact that she like floats along the ground with it. But I like it, but I also don't like it as much as I remember liking it, but I do like her attack chain overall. I just don't think it's 5 out of 5 material anymore like I thought in my memory. Overall though, nice animations and nice little poses at the end when she holds her 2 fingers out. As for the charge attack, another generic one, but I will give the same pity point I did to Eula and Hu Tao for a nice little ending. For the Travelers, I am judging them both as Anemo, because it's the one I like the most and they get a cool little wind blade on their attacks. Now for Lumine's attack chain, I do enjoy the second hit. I think the second hit looks pretty cool. But overall, the attack chain is pretty bland, except the Anemo blade, which is cool as shit. As for her charge attack, just boring sword stuff to me. As for Aether, the second attack I like Lumine's is just his opening attack, and the rest of it I don't really care about, and the Animal Blade is the exact same, so I feel the exact same way about Aether's normal attacks. As for the charge attack, I give it 1 extra point, because the way he's swinging his sword, where he holds his blade upside down. Venti's normal attack chain is, it's pretty standard for a bow character. You know, a lot of them jump through the air, but I do like his little power shot at the end, but it's still just kind of boring. What's interesting about Venti though is we don't have another Anemo bow character, so we don't actually know if his charge attack is special or not. It could be that other Anemo characters won't have the feathers flying out from the arrow constantly, and if that's the case, then Venti's is amazing. It'll still be amazing otherwise, it just won't be special, but either way, I'm giving it a perfect score because I love that charge shot a lot. Xiao is one of those characters who, he's a polearm character with a cool ass attack animation. You actually can use it if you're okay with losing a ton of DPS. Some people use him as like a driver, like Sucrose, to trigger a bunch of Anemo reactions, but I just think they want to avoid using his plunge attacks. Maybe they do just like his attacks because they're really cool. Even his charge attack is freaking awesome. Kind of looks like a big ass claw effect coming out of the ground. I really do wish he had his plunges for AoE and his normal attacks for single target, but is what it is. Poor Noboru here can't even handle how awesome Yae Miko's attacks look. Even though she decides to not use the probably expensive catalyst you decide to give her, it doesn't change how awesome her attack animations look, both charged and normal attacks. But I have one question for you guys, because there's always someone in the comments who seems to be an expert on everything. Why does she do this with her hand? As a lifelong lover of metal music, I've always associated with that, but when I noticed Yae Miko was doing it, I was like, the fuck? And here's where I get called pious. I've trashed on almost every bow normal attack so far, but I love Yoimiya's. I love the fact that she... Fuck, it sounds horrible before I say it. I was gonna say, I love when she gets down on her knees, but not like that. She's just very active with her shooting, okay? She's all over the place. She flips through the air. She flourishes at the end. It's cool, okay? Cool, unique charge attack. It's nice. I like it. It's not amazing, but it's good enough. Moving on. And finally, Zhong Li, one of the unanimously agreed upon coolest basic attacks and possibly charge attacks in the entire game. I don't think I've ever seen anyone shit on these, let alone do anything less than just worship it. I don't even question when I see people running physical DPS Zhong Li with Crescent Pike, because how could you not want to use this? Not only is he just one of the best users of Crescent Pike, but it's amazing looking. There you have it, all talents are done. Attacks, bursts, skills, all of it. I didn't do plunges, not gonna do it. They'd be way too boring, just like 4-star charge attacks. They're all too similar to each other. Who even cares? Now that I put too many 10 out of 10s on this list, maybe. Do I care? No, not at all. Does it pain me that Eula and Hu Tao are in the same tier as Male Traveler? Yes. Yes, it does, very much. One thing that gets requested semi-often in the comments of all these videos is for me to do a gacha splash tier list. The image that pops up when you get them in a wish. If that sounds interesting to you, or anything else you can think of, put them in the comments below, or vote up someone else's comment if they already said it. Like, comment, subscribe as always. Links to ways to support me are in the description below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.